Good morning, 12th. Welcome to yet another class of English, wherein from the previous class we started the poetry, An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum by Stephen Spender. And you saw that how in the first two stanzas, Stephen brought out the basic theme of social inequality and injustice that is happening to these children of the slum. So you came to know as to where these slums are, what kind of children are there in this classroom, how they are affected by some genetic diseases. They are so malnourished, they have diseases, and apparently they have a hope for something better which is not happening with them or is not happening to them at this point of time. In the second stanza, you saw that how the classrooms of this elementary school are. The walls were of sour cream color, and there was this mention of literature, music, fragrance, and development. So there are these pictures, there are these posters or whatever hanging there on these walls given by people in the form of donations. So there was this portrait of Shakespeare who refers of literature, and literature is so meaningless to them because literature gives them hope of a better world. It raises their hope of a beautiful world of which they are not part of. Then we have a picture of some big cities, some big beautiful cities who are cloudless at dawn, and there are some wonderful structures. Then we have this image of this beautiful Tyrolese valley which is belled and which is flowery. And then you have the open-handed map which talks about everything that the world has to offer. And then he says that there is no point giving them, these children, these things as in teaching them literature which raises their hope for future, showing them images and pictures and posters of big cities, because their world is nothing but this slum that can be seen outside the windows of this classroom. And he says it is because these slums are so big and so huge. These children are forced to stay here, and therefore their future is painted with a fog. And fog is nothing but uncertainty. And it's a very pensive tone, my dear students. The tone of the poet becomes very, very pensive when he says that there is no future for these children. They are born in slum, they will die in slum. So he says their future is painted with a fog, and he says, how is their life? How are they living? They are living in a narrow street sealed with a lead sky. Lead is again black in color. Okay, so this is apparently, see, the color of lead. Can you see this? So a sky is supposed to be blue. It is not supposed to be the color of the lead. So which means that these children are away from all kinds of opportunities, from all kinds of different scopes of a better and a happy future. Their life is there in the slum, and it is going to finish in the slum, and there is nothing that can be done about it. So a very, very pensive tone the poet uses here in the second stanza. In the first stanza, a very deep, a very profound tone of the poet. When he told you he's sympathizing, he has a lot of pain. Okay, and he feels for the problems of these children. So he sympathizes with them. He's introducing us to the slum and to the children. And now in a very pensive tone, he says that there is no hope for these children at all. Their life is painted with fog. Now, in the third stanza, as we begin, you will see that the tone of the poet changes from sympathizing to being very pensive to being very, very angry. He is annoyed and he becomes angry. He is agitated. More than anger, I would say it is agitation. I will write here. Agitation. Frustration. And see now what he says. He says, surely Shakespeare is wicked. Now all these things that were mentioned here, all the things that were hanging there or pasted there on the wall, Stephen Spender criticizes these things. He is saying, what is the point of showing these children these things when they will not be allowed to move out of this slum? So he says Shakespeare is wicked. I'll make it interesting for you to understand. Okay, just imagine that you are hungry, and the whole day, or let's say you were on a fast or whatever, and the whole day I keep telling you, okay, in the evening we'll go and we'll have a pizza or we'll have a burger, we'll have an ice cream. So the whole day I keep reminding you, okay, I keep showing you pictures of pizza, I keep showing you pictures of an ice cream, I keep showing you all lovely, tasty, delicious, things that can be eaten. But by the end of the day, when you are all out and ready to eat and you say that, okay ma'am, let's go, and then I say, no, I'm so sorry, you cannot go out or I cannot take you, so you have to be here and have whatever is being cooked. So that is going to create so much of frustration, anger and agitation in you, and you would say, okay ma'am, if you were not supposed to take us out anywhere, if you were not supposed to give us all these things which you were showing us, then why did you even show us? Why did you raise false hopes? अगर कोई चीज आपको मिलनी ही नहीं है तो वो चीज आपको दिखाई क्यों जाए, वो चीज आपको बताई क्यों जाए? It's the similar agitation that Stephen Spender feels, and he says कि भाई, when these children, जब इन बच्चों का literature से अच्छी सिटीज टाउन्स डेवलपमेंट से, ठीक है, इनका कोई लेना देना ही नहीं है, इनका कोई फ्यूचर होना ही नहीं है. क्यों? बिकॉज ऑल दैट दे आर सपोज टू लिव वेयर इज इन द स्लम्स. सो ही सेज श्योरली शेक्सपियर इज विकेड. And why does he call Shakespeare wicked? Because Shakespeare raises hope. Shakespeare talks about literature, and literature raises hope of love, a beautiful life, a nice world out there. That is why Shakespeare is wicked, because these children will never be exposed to a developed world, to an advancing world, and this, my children, is social inequality. एक तरफ a part of the world, a part of a city, for example, let's go back to Simapuri in New Delhi, a part of the capital, they are in the capital of the city. So the same Delhi, which is the capital of the city, which is so advanced and so developed, उसी Delhi में एक slum भी है जहाँ पे कुछ नहीं है, ना सीवेज है, ना ड्रेनेज सिस्टम है, ना फ्रेश वाटर है, कुछ नहीं. तो ऐसी जगह पे if you open a school and you tell children about Shakespeare, what is the fun in doing that? Because never ever these children are going to get out of these slums. The map, a bad example. Now why is this open-handed map a bad example? Now open-handed matlab a very generous map, because the map is telling about all the good things of the world. A map is telling you about all the good things that are available there. Yes, so he says that, what is the point in doing that? Because if these children are not going to get the good things that they deserve, then what is the point? So a map is a bad example, because the map is going to show them a world which is never going to be theirs. This map is going to give them the ideas about ships and sun and love. Okay, so a map would tell them about the waterways, about rivers and oceans and continents. It will talk about so many ways of traveling. It will talk about a beautiful environment. It will talk about love or travel or literature or whatever. And then when these children will not have access to these things, they will be tempted to steal. आप क्या कर रहे हैं? आप इन बच्चों के आगे सिर्फ टेम्पटेशन रख रहे हैं. I keep tempting you the whole day. You'll have a pizza, you'll have a burger, you'll have an ice cream, you'll have noodles, you'll have this, you'll have that, and by the end of the day, you will have nothing. So just imagine the kind of agitation and frustration you will be into, and then perhaps you would say कि नहीं भी हमें तो खाना है, हम तो खाएंगे, for example. Likewise, if you keep showing these children all the good things of life which are very much prevalent there, please understand, ऐसा नहीं है कि world में ये सारी चीजें available नहीं है, they are very much available there. And this, my children, is social inequality. It is injustice. It is social injustice that one part or one sect of the society has access to everything, and the other sector or the other sect of society or other children do not have anything at all. इन बच्चों की क्या गलती है? They deserve all the good things like the other children. So obviously, if you will, that is why Spender says that Shakespeare is wicked and the map is a bad example, because Shakespeare talks about literature and love and a beautiful world, and a map tells them about a lovely, lovely world out there. And this world that the map talks about does not talk about slums. It talks about beautiful cities, oceans, mountains, so many things. Right, children? So that's the basic difference there. Now, why would they are going to be tempted to steal? For lives that slyly turn into their cramped holes. Their lives are not going to change. For lives that slyly turn in their cramped holes from fog to endless night. Then there is a question mark over here. He's saying, what kind of hope are we offering them? Because is it not true that their lives are in the slum? In the dirty, stinking slum. And in the slum, their lives trickily, slyly, मतलब बहुत चालाकी से, चतुराई से, their lives turn in their cramped holes where they are living, narrow streets. And you know the kind of hutments these people live in. You can again refer to Lost Spring. How was the shack of Sahib-e-Alam? How was the, how was the hut of this other boy, Mukesh? छोटी छोटी गलियां, narrow lanes, cramped holes, जहाँ space नहीं है. और उन cramped holes में there is no electricity, there is no light, there is no water, there is no hygiene, there is no cross ventilation, there is no space to breathe. And in such unhygienic, inhuman conditions, both men and animals survive in these cramped holes. Holes हैं, living spaces नहीं हैं बेटा. Please understand this word, holes. That is how their conditions are. They are so bad. Okay, so, and how is their lives once they get into these cramped holes? From fog to endless night. उसने यहाँ क्या कहा था? Their world is painted with fog, with uncertainty. तो जहाँ lives कैसी हैं? Their lives are painted with fog, and fog to where? To endless night. A night that is never going to end. That means a life that has no bright future. A life that has no possibilities. A life that has no positivity. A life that has no options. So it is like an endless night. Now please, my dear children, refer to these colors here. Dim, fog. Look at the imagery that the poet is using. Dim, fog. Okay, then the color lead. Again, lead का color कैसा होता है? Look here. Here, how is it? All grey and black. और यहाँ पे उसने क्या कह दिया? Endless night. What is the color of night? It's black. So see the imagery that Stephen Spender is painting for us. Everything is so dull, dark, dim, pensive, negative, hopelessness. कोई hope नहीं है. There is no hope for these children. There are no opportunities for these children. These children are born in the slum and they will die in the slum. This is what he says. So that is why he calls that Shakespeare is wicked and the map is a bad example, because both Shakespeare and the map do nothing but tempt the children. These are temptations. अब आप बोलेंगे कि मैम, who is stopping these children to go out and do things for themselves? But then the system in which they are caught, it's a web. Remember, the web of unending poverty, a perpetual state of poverty. They are caught. The system, the government gives them only slums to stay. उन्हीं slums में पैदा होते हैं, उन्हीं slums में मर जाते हैं. But the government, the system does not give them opportunities to get out of these slums, and that is where the problem is. Now let's go further. On their slag heap. सबसे पहले तो slag heap का मतलब समझ लो. Slab heap क्या होता है? Man-made mound of waste material. हिंदी में बोलेंगे तो कूड़े का ढेर. That is what slag heap is. Okay. Now, please understand. The image of slag heap is used to describe the slums. Are you getting it? Slums कैसे होते हैं? Waste, dirt. Slag heap means a large heap of waste material. So dirt and garbage is the world of the slum children. इनका world क्या है बेटा? Dirt and garbage. So this is what slag heap refers to. On their slag heap, मतलब in the world of dirt and garbage where these children are staying, these children were skins peeped through by bones. This line very effectively highlights the malnutritioned condition of these children. वो कहता है these children were skins peeped through by bones. Okay, so you have skin. But then skin के साथ साथ you also have some sort of fat on your body. But जब आप बिल्कुल undernourished होते हैं, बिल्कुल you are on the verge of starvation, तो क्या होता है? अंदर से हड्डियां झांक रही होती हैं आपकी. And that is the condition of these children. So it refers to the weak and worn out look of the slum children. They are so thin, they are so weak, they are so undernourished, they are starved कि उनकी खाल में से हड्डियां झांक रही हैं. From the skin, the bones are peeping, and it is as if कि उन्होंने कपड़े नहीं पहने. उनको देख के लगता है कि बस they are wearing skins, because they are not healthy children. They are not plump or nice, healthy looking children. No. They are dirty, undernourished. Okay. Children who have had nothing good to eat, starved. And from under their skins, who is peeping? The bones are peeping. This is also personification. Okay, bones do not have eyes, but when you attach a human quality to unhuman things and to lifeless things, it becomes personification. So, from their skins, bones are peeping. And spectacles of steel with mended glass. And see, children, their life is so full of struggle, so full of pain, so full of dejection and hopelessness कि obviously you can have a weak eyesight. तो ऐसे में ये बच्चे कैसे मैनेज कर रहे हैं? दे हैव स्पेक्टिकल्स ऑफ स्टील, स्टील के स्पेक्स, सो हैवी, सो अनकंफर्टेबल, और उसका भी जो लेंस है वो कैसा है? मेंडेड है, द ग्लास इज मेंडेड, टूटा हुआ जिसको आपने चिपका लिया. सो द कंडीशंस ऑफ दीज चिल्ड्रन आर सो बैड दैट दे आर वेयरिंग स्पेक्टिकल्स ऑफ स्टील. उन बेचारों के पास प्रॉपर अच्छा इतना भी फैसिलिटी नहीं है, इतना भी कुछ हिसाब किताब नहीं है कि भाई वो अपने लिए एक प्रॉपर अ पेयर ऑफ स्पेक्स they can arrange for themselves. They do not have that. So just imagine, एक तरफ जहां the world has gone to operations, laser operations and so many other things, and you have lenses and you have all the good things available, वहां पे कुछ बच्चों के पास क्या है? एक proper spectacles भी नहीं है. And that is so bad. So this is the problem here, and this tells us that the condition of these children is really bad. The condition of this slum is gloomy, very gloomy, and you see all shades of grey and black. Their lives are colorless. Okay, and so much so that they cannot even have for themselves a decent pair of specs. They cannot. Because who will arrange that for them? So, then he says, like bottle bits on stones. He uses simile. It's like as if ये mended glass कैसा है? टूटा हुआ कांच. जैसे आप कांच तोड़ देते हैं, bottle bits on stone. So you mend those pieces of glass. That is how these mended glasses look like. They are like bottle bits on stone. Bits of glass on stone, because apparently these spectacles of steel are so heavy. And they are just not, comfortable wearing these spectacles. So that's the basic problem here with these children. And of course, this is, again, I would stress on the fact that this is social injustice and inequality. Why are these children being deprived of all, at least the basic things of a good life? So obviously, when children will not have anything good, they will be bound to tempt. They will be bound to steal. And then he says, that they are in slag's heap, they are unkept and malnourished, they are skinny and poverty stricken, which is really bad. So, like bottle bits on stones are these spectacles. All of their time and space a foggy slum. And here, Stephen Spender just gives his final verdict. कहता है इनका सारा टाइम और सारा स्पेस क्या है? जस्ट अ फॉगी स्लम. दे आर इन गार्बेज एंड डर्ट. ओके, दे आर इन नथिंग एल्स but lot of garbage and dirt. So their life, all their time, all their space is nothing but a foggy slum. There is, and when he again says foggy slum, please understand the way he is giving you a lot of hopelessness here. There is no color, all shades of grey and black. And then he gets really angry in this line, the last line, very annoyed. And he says, so blot their maps with slums as big as doom. तो कहता है ये जो मैप्स उनको दिए ना, he is so angry कि ये मैप्स वहां टांगे हुए हैं, बच्चों को आप दिखा रहे हैं, you are tempting them about a beautiful world. Will you ever take these children out to that world? Will you ever give these children the exposure of a beautiful, nice city life, which is healthy, which is hygienic, which has food, water, fresh air, good clothes, health, medication, facilities? No. And that is why he gets very angry. और वो क्या बोलता है? Blot their maps. Now what is blotting? Blotting is a stain. अगर आप एक पेपर पे थोड़ी सी इंक डाल देंगे तो पूरा ब्लॉट हो जाएगा वो एरिया. तो उसी तरीके से वो कहता है blot their maps. इनके मैप्स को ब्लॉट करो. और किस चीज से ब्लॉट करो? With slums as big as doom. Similarly, he is saying that these slums are so big. और ये स्लम्स किसने बनाए हैं? ये स्लम्स गवर्नमेंट नहीं बनाए हैं. गवर्नमेंट ने क्या करा है? गवर्नमेंट ने इन बच्चों का और इन लोगों का बिलो पॉवर्टी लाइन, इनकी लाइफ को इम्प्रूव करने के लिए कोई और काम तो नहीं करा है. बट उनके लिए क्या किया है? स्लम बना दिया है. बड़े बड़े स्लम्स बना के दे दिए कि इनमें रहो, जस्ट सर्वाइव हियर, नेवर गेट आउट ऑफ हियर. एज बिग एज डूम. डूम इज डूम्सडे चिल्ड्रन. Okay, so doomsday is apparently the day when the whole world will come to an end. Death, जब सब खत्म हो जाएगा, finally finished, वो होता है doomsday. तो ये DOOM, doom, ये वाला यहाँ पे doom यूज करा है. ठीक है, don't get confused with this, क्योंकि यहाँ पे जो यूज हुआ है बेटा, I will highlight it. ये है dome, DOME. ये है dome and this is डूम. ये डूम किससे लिया है? डूम्सडे से. द डे द होल वर्ल्ड विल कम टू एन एंड. ठीक है, एंड इट्स द जजमेंट डे, कि सब कुछ दुनिया खत्म होगी. एंड देन अपेरेंटली दिस इज बिलीव, यू नो, द गॉड्स विल कम डाउन, या जो भी होगा और सही गलत का फैसला होगा, या वॉट एवर. आई डोंट वॉन्ट टू ब्रिंग रिलीजन इन टू दिस पोएट्री राइट नाउ. तो ये है डूम्सडे. एज बिग एज डूम मतलब एज बिग एज डेथ, व्हेन एवरीथिंग विल फिनिश. और डोम क्या होता है? डोम है कंस्ट्रक्शन. डोम्स वर बेसिकली मुगलई कंस्ट्रक्शंस. आपने मॉस्क्स देखी हैं, उसके ऊपर कैसा डोम होता है, ऐसा ऐसा सर्कल सा ना, लाइक दिस. दिस इज अ डोम. सो दिस इज एन आर्किटेक्चरल डोम एंड दिस इज डूम्सडे. DOOM and DOME. सो प्लीज डू नॉट गेट कंफ्यूज. तो वो कहता है ब्लॉट देयर मैप्स. बंद करो इनके मैप्स. put blot them, you know, just put a blot on them. With what? With doom, with slums as big as doom. इनके मैप पे सिर्फ स्लम्स बनाइए, क्योंकि ये स्लम्स ही हैं जिसमें ये पैदा होते हैं, और इन्हीं स्लम्स में ये बच्चे एक दिन मर जाएंगे. This is what he says. And there is so much of agitation and anger in his tone. Please understand. Very, very important. So blot their maps with slums as big as doom, as big as death. ऐसे समझ लो इसको. Now we come to the last stanza of the poem. अब the poem cannot be ended, you know, on a negative note. There has to be some kind of solution to the problem. ऐसा थोड़ी ना हो सकता है कि कुछ हल ही ना निकले. So obviously there has to be some solution to it. So now Stephen Spender will give you or will come up with some sort of pacifying. कुछ तो तसल्ली होनी चाहिए ना, वरना क्या होगा इन बच्चों का. तो वो कहता है, he begins with the word unless, कि ब्लॉट करो इनके मैप्स, unless, जब तक. And then he comes up with 3 bodies: governor, inspector, visitor. So apparently the government, the law and the social workers. सेम थीम है बिल्कुल लॉ स्प्रिंग वाली. जैसे लॉ स्प्रिंग में बिल्कुल लास्ट स्टैंजा में बेटा हमको बताया था पूरा वो जो यू नो दैट स्पाइरल, और उसके बाद उन्होंने एंड में बताया था कि विच पीपल आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर लेटिंग देम नॉट आउट ऑफ देयर मिजरेबल लाइव्स. तो इन्हीं लोगों के पास इन स्लम चिल्ड्रन के लिए सोल्यूशन है. The government can help, the law can help, and the social workers can help, the NGOs can help. The map, and he says, unless the governor, the inspector, and the visitor, these bodies or these people do something, the map becomes their window, and these windows that shut upon their lives like catacombs. कहता है जब तक ये 3 बॉडीज कुछ नहीं करेंगी इन लोगों के लिए. कौन? द गवर्नर, द इंस्पेक्टर एंड द विजिटर. तो क्या होगा? ये मैप ही इन बच्चों की विंडो बनेगा. ठीक? और इस विंडो के बाहर हमको क्या दिखता है बेटा? A world which is full of slum and which is painted with a fog. So the map will become their windows and these windows are going to shut upon their lives. ये windows बंद होंगी इनकी lives के ऊपर. That means window से बाहर अगर कुछ दिख भी रहा है तो there is no hope of going out and reaching for it and having it. No. They will shut upon their lives like, again simile is being used. Simile was used here also. These are very simple things. Now I'm not going to highlight them over and over again. Shut upon their lives like catacombs. Catacombs were ancient subterranean cemeteries. You have the meaning here. Long underground gallery with excavations in its sides for tombs. The name catacombs before the 17th century was applied to subterranean cemeteries near Rome. अंडरग्राउंड गैलरीज में, पूरी वॉल्स में, साइड्स में, ऊपर हर जगह ये सेमेट्रीज थी बेटा. डेड बॉडीज बरी करी थी इन लोगों ने, उनको बोलते हैं कैटाकोम्स. तो देखो यहां हम डेथ की बात कर रहे थे, यहां हम कैटाकोम्स की बात कर रहे हैं. दे आर सबटेरेनियन सेमेट्रीज, 17th century एंशिएंट सेमेट्रीज. डेथ which means no hope at all. Unless these three, the governor, the inspector and the visitor, जब तक ये लोग कुछ नहीं करेंगे तब तक तो यही होगा that these windows will shut upon the lives of these children like catacombs. That means there is going to be no hope at all. It is a foggy slum, it is a lead sky, it is garbage and dirt. There is uncertainty, there is hopelessness, their future is dull, dim, bleak. So you can note down these words, children, okay? So you can use these words: dull, dim, dark, bleak, etc. So that's how it is. A very a life which has no future at all. तभी poet ने use करा है the term catacombs. Unless these 3 bodies do not do anything, तब तक तो कोई change नहीं आने वाला है. And here in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in the last 4, 5 lines, he comes up, with a very fighting spirit, Stephen Spender, and he says, break or break open. वो कहता है कि break or break, कहता है break these shackles. ये जितनी भी bondages हैं तोड़ो इनको, that are stopping you from getting out into the beautiful real world. Break or break open till they break the town. This line refers to a kind of revolt, a kind of revolution that can take place by these children because of social injustice and inequality. Break or break till they break the town. There can be some sort of revolt. And he also says that we people need to break these walls that are confining these children in these slums. Break or break till they break the town. These children need to get out from the slums. हमने बड़े बड़े slums बना दिए हैं as big as doom for these children and these people. The government has only made slums. The government has only given them space to survive. Why is the government not doing something that these children can be given opportunities to live a nice life, to have a healthy childhood? इसीलिए वो कहता है break or break till they break the town. और फिर क्या है देखो, he says he is urging us and show the children, और इन बच्चों को लेके जाओ बाहर, यहाँ से slums से निकालो इनको और इनको उसी environment में लेके जाओ where your children are studying, where your children are surviving. And show the children to, now see, you will see the colors changing, children. Please pay attention. See, the colors are changing. Show the children to green fields. Happy colors are coming now. एक अच्छे healthy environment की तरफ चल रहे हैं हम. Show the children to green fields and make their world run azure on gold sands. He is talking about green fields. Take them to nice environments. He's talking about blue skies. Azure is blue. He's talking about gold sands, beaches. So basically reference to all kinds of elements of a healthy natural environment. Take these children. भाई यहाँ पे देखो बेटा कितना कॉन्ट्रास्ट है. यहाँ बात हो रही थी अभी सिर्फ slag of heap, garbage and dirt and dump, कूड़ा. यहां से इन बच्चों को निकाल के कहां ले जाना है? We have to bring them here to green fields, and we have to make their world blue and green and beautiful. Show them the blue skies. Let their world run under the blue skies on the gold sands. Okay? And let their tongues run naked into books. And now he is talking about giving them endless opportunities to education, which is very, very important. You know, he uses this expression to highlight the importance of education here. Okay, these children should be given free access to books and self-expression. And then surely they will grow and they will progress in life. Give them endless access to books. Let them read, let them write, let them express. Okay, so tongues run naked into books. Let them read, let them have whatever they want, and let them express. So when they will have such a wonderful environment, and when they will have endless opportunities, they are bound to progress. They are bound to have, a good life. तरक्की होगी होगी, कैसे नहीं होगी? आप वहीं कूड़े के ढेर में पड़े रहेंगे सारी जिंदगी तो कोई तरक्की नहीं हो सकती ना. You have to get out from here. And who will enable them to get out? These three people. These three individuals or these three bodies. These three organizations. And let their tongues run naked into books. The white and green leaves. The white color here refers to books and the green color here refers to nature and environment. The white and green leaves, when they will have access to books and when they will have access to nature, उससे क्या होगा? बहुत important line end में उसने use करी है poet ने. The white and green leaves open history. Theirs whose language is the sun. In this statement, the poet says that those who have the power and confidence in speech to influence others create history. इतिहास कौन रचते हैं? इतिहास वो रचते हैं जो strong हैं, powerful हैं, जिनके अंदर कुछ different करने की इच्छा है. तो वो strong और powerful physical strength की बात नहीं हो रही है. It talks about education, it talks about speech, it talks about knowledge. The dumb-driven people cannot make or shape history. So the children studying in some school, they need to realize it. That if they are to reshape the maps of the world, then they have to have education and they have to have all the opportunities. So history is theirs whose language is the sun. You need to dare, you need to just be so influencing. You need to be confident, you need to have knowledge. तो वो सब कैसे आएगा? वो सब तभी आएगा जब आप यहाँ से निकाल करके यहाँ पहुँचाए जाएंगे. और who can take these children out from there? Only the government, the law and the NGOs and the social workers can bring in the change. Nobody else can do this. This is extremely important for us to understand. So, अब हमने लास्ट स्टैंजा में क्या देखा? द टोन ऑफ द पोएट वॉज वेरी पैसिफाइंग. तसल्ली वाला एक टोन है पोएट का, कि ऐसा नहीं है कि भाई कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है या सब कुछ खत्म हो गया. नो, देयर आर सॉल्यूशंस. इट्स जस्ट दैट कि हम काम नहीं कर रहे हैं अभी उसके ऊपर इफेक्टिवली. और जैसा हमने लॉ स्प्रिंग में पढ़ा था कि ऑल दीज स्क्वाटर्स फ्रॉम बांग्लादेश जो सीमापुरी में आ गए थे, उनके पास कुछ नहीं था, सिर्फ एक राशन कार्ड था जिससे उन्हें खाना मिल जाता था. और उस राशन कार्ड से क्या होता था? दे हैड देयर नेम ऑन द वोटर्स लिस्ट. सो द ओनली बेनिफिट दैट वाज हैपनिंग टू द गवर्नमेंट इन पावर to have their votes. So these slum people, these slum children are nothing but vote banks. And it is only because of them that these slums are never ending. क्योंकि हम government ने क्या करा? Government has only made slums. Government is not giving them opportunities. And that is why Stephen Spender says that this needs to be broken. Break these shackles. Break the walls, and get into mainstream life. Take the children there. Let this be like a revolt. And then the children should be taken to, taken under the blue skies. अब इन सारे कलर्स का बेटा कंपैरिजन करो जो कलर्स अभी तक हम यहाँ यूज कर रहे थे. फॉग, ग्रे कलर. ओके, लेड, ब्लैक कलर. क्रैम्प्ड होल्स, छोटे छोटे अंधेरे वाले. What are holes? You know, right? तो कितना hopeless, कितना bleak world. Is this the kind of life that we can even think of? No. Life of children has to be all blue and green and bright and beautiful. So if you talk to them about literature, music, fragrance and maps, then show them that. Don't just talk about it. Is what Stephen Spender is trying to say here in the last stanza. That we need to take these children out. We need to put a permanent end to this injustice and inequality and start giving these children the opportunities they deserve. Otherwise, their lives will be shut upon them like catacombs. This is what he means. So, my dear students, with this we finish this poetry and elementary school classroom in a slum. In the remaining time, I want you to just go through these 4 stanzas. And in case, see, there should be problems. ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता कि एक बारी में सब कुछ समझ में आ जाए. And if there are problems, those problems need to come to me. They are more than welcome. It is a very meaningful and a deep poem. It talks about society. It talks about the reality of life. And it is very important that you as my young students need to understand the theme of the poem. ये सिर्फ हमें पोएम ऐसे ही नहीं समझनी है. नो, इट टॉक्स अबाउट समथिंग दैट इज सो मच प्रेवलेंट अराउंड अस. बट क्योंकि इट इज फार फार फ्रॉम गस्टी वेव्स, हमको स्लम्स दिखते ही नहीं है, क्योंकि हमारे घर के पास थोड़ी ना है स्लम्स. स्लम्स तो बहुत दूर है हमारी सोसाइटी से. सो विद दिस माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स, I want you to revise the whole poetry. Okay, I will be sending you notes on it. I will be sending you the literary devices used, the images and symbols used in the poetry, and you can relate them to the explanation that I have given to you. Once again, I am telling you that we will be doing the NCERT questions. NCERT questions का मतलब होता है questions of your textbook. So let's see. My answers are already marked, so but let's still do it. The tall girl with her head weighed down means the girl she's ill and she is exhausted. She's tired. The paper-seeming boy with rat's eyes means the boy is sly and secretive, thin, hungry and weak, unpleasant looking. Which option? Option number 2. Thin, hungry and weak. Rat's eyes से मतलब भी हो गया he is hungry. The stunted, unlucky heir of twisted bones means the boy has an inherited disability, was short and bony. कौन सा option? He has an uninherited disability. Okay? Reciting, क्या लिखा था वहाँ? A gnarled disease. His father's gnarled disease. His lesson from his desk. The boy is, okay, this little boy at the back of the class. The boy is full of hope in the future. The boy is mentally ill. The boy is distracted from the lesson. किस boy की बात हो रही है यहाँ पे? ये one unnoted, sweet and young. Was he in the classroom? No, he was just physically present. Mentally तो वो कहाँ था? यहाँ. Squirrel's game in the tree room. So this tells us about his distraction. He is distracted from the class. The children's faces are compared to rootless weed. कहाँ पे? यहाँ पे. Faces को किससे compare करा है? Rootless weed से compare करा है. Like use करा है तो what is the figure of speech? Simile. This means they are insecure, are ill-fed, are wasters. Wasters मतलब किसी काम के नहीं है. तो क्या option होगा हमारा correct? They are wasters. We'll be doing up these few questions and also I will be sending you certain extracts. What do you think is the color of sour cream? Why do you think the poet has used this expression to describe the classroom walls? It is because the color of sour cream is that dirty tinge of yellow. That dirty yellowish color. Because the classrooms are so dirty, they are not maintained. As simple as that. This is important. The walls of the classroom are decorated with pictures of Shakespeare, buildings with domes, world maps and beautiful valleys. How do these contrast with the world of these children? जो बच्चों का actual world है, वो कैसा world है? Slum. अच्छा. अब slum में buildings with domes है? No. Slum में वो सारी चीजें जो एक map represent करता है? No. स्लम में ब्यूटीफुल वैलीज हैं कि भाई लवली माउंटेन्स, हिल्स, ग्रीनरी, लेक्स, फ्लावर्स. नो. तो जब ये कुछ भी नहीं है स्लम में तो यस, इट इज अ कंप्लीट कॉन्ट्रास्ट. वेरी इजी टू आंसर. What does the poet want for the children of the slum? How can their lives be changed? Whatever the poet wants begins from here. Poet wants these walls to be brought down. He wants these shackles to be broken. These confines to be just demolished forever. And the children to be taken out of these slums and given them the best of the world, just the way our children are getting it. That is what he wants. He wants the children to be given the best of the environment, the best of facilities, the best of opportunities. He wants these children to be given the best of education. He wants them to be given a free expression of thought. And only then can they change history. They can change their lives. Otherwise, it's not possible. So, with this, we have finished the poetry and elementary school classroom in a slum, an important poem, and it is running parallel to the chapter The Lost Spring. So there the topic of child labor was raised. Here it is just these children and their classroom in a slum. So my dear students, revise it. Look into every word. You should understand every word and meaning of every line. And you should be able to write it on your own in your own words. And in case if there is any problem, please feel free to WhatsApp me and get in touch with me. Fine. With this, I finish up today's session. Take care of yourselves and please stay safe.